Hello, I'm Mrs. Circle, and I wanted you to see me without my face mask because most of the time when we're together, that's what you're going to have is a face mask hiding my face. And so I want to welcome everyone back to school today. For those that know me, you know already what kinds of things I do and that I'm a school counselor here at the school. And for those that are new to our school, especially our kindergartners, I wanted you to know what I look like and what my job is. As a school counselor, I help you with things that we call social skills. Those are those ideas, ways of speaking, ways of acting around others so that we can solve problems, play together, work together, learn together in a way that is friendly and kind and is careful about making sure that each person is treated very well. One of the things that you'll learn from me is what to do if somebody chooses to use some bullying behaviors. You're going to learn how to do some problem solving and how to work together to problem solve. You're going to learn about internet safety. And in this video that follows, you're going to learn about the social skill of wearing our face mask. Now that's something very new to us this year. And so I hope that I'm able to answer some of the questions about why we wear the face mask, how we wear it, and what to do when we're a little uncomfortable in the face mask. And with that, we're going to make sure that we keep each other healthy and safe so that we can learn and enjoy each other's company. As you know, all of us are going to be wearing face masks this year in order to make sure that we keep each other safe and healthy. And so why face masks? What are they doing for us? Well, what scientists have learned is that the virus, the coronavirus, is in our breath. And so when we have it in our throat, our ears, or down in our lungs, then that gets caught up in little teeny tiny droplets that we can't see, but we know are there, and they carry it through our breath out into the air to other people. So when I exhale, I'm actually giving out a whole bunch of what we call droplets, little teeny tiny things that you can't see. You would have to have a microscope, something even stronger than a magnifying glass, in order to see it. Now, most of those little droplets are just water. That's all they are, just water. And they're coming out, and they come out of when we take a breath out. So let's say that this is my breath, and these are some of my droplets coming out. And they really are just teeny tiny bits of water. So that's why it doesn't hurt anybody else most of the time. But with this coronavirus that we've been dealing with, what happens is that little bits of that coronavirus gets caught in those drops of water. Not every drop of water has it in it, but some of it does. And those droplets come out and they can settle on tables, they can settle on our chairs, they can settle on the things that we're working with. That's why we're also washing our hands a lot and sanitizing our hands a lot. And so if I get a few of these, I breathe somebody else's droplets that has a few of these in them, my body usually is strong enough to make it not bother me, not make me sick. But if I spend too much time around somebody and their droplets, after 10 minutes, we have a lot more of their droplets. And they, and so I'm standing around them, and after 10 minutes, those droplets get to be a lot more. And if each of those droplets, like we said, not all of them have the virus, but we have enough of them that do have the virus, and I'm breathing those in, then I end up having too many of those that I breathed in through my nose, my mouth, or I've touched my eyes and they got in through my eyes. And I have too many of those in my body for my body to fight off. And that's usually when you get that sore throat, that cough, that gunky stuff in your chest, and that kind of thing. And so that's why we wear wear our face masks in order to control the droplets and keep them close, keep them right here. So whatever's in my lung doesn't go to you, and whatever's in your lungs doesn't come to me. And we can keep people from getting too much virus by helping each other out. And then we can stay safe and healthy and be able to do really fun and cool things here at school. So we've learned why we wear a face mask. Now we're going to learn how a face mask works. So what a face mask does is it helps to control those droplets that might have virus in them from getting out into the whole great big world and from my lungs to your lungs. And so when I'm speaking, you can see that my mouth, my breath, is making this move. And if I blow or sing or do yell, it makes it go sideways more. So that air, that breath has droplets. And those droplets contain, or could contain, if I had a virus, it could contain little tiny viruses in them. So, here's how it works. A face mask, so when I'm blowing on it, see it move? With my face mask, I'm blowing as hard as I can. You can even see my hair move. I'm blowing as hard as I can. You can see my hair move. And I'm not moving anything on the flame. That means that I'm keeping all my droplets, all my breath, anything that might be in my lungs to myself. It keeps it right here. Now, some face masks are better than others. This is a t-shirt type face mask. It's a lot more comfortable, but you can see that I move the flame a little bit. It still moves my hair because it's going up, but I can still make the flame move. So this one is one that will keep the droplets about this far from me, and they won't go as far. And so it'll make it safer. That's why we do our social distancing. That's why we stand away from each other even though we have our face masks on. That's why we have to have that space between us when we're walking down the hall where you count the tiles. Okay, now sometimes you don't have a face mask handy and you want to do the right thing for other people to keep whatever's in your lungs from being in their lungs. And so this one's made out of a paper towel and some rubber bands. And I even have taped inside here in the top a paper clip so that it can go over my nose and hold it on my nose. But let's see how it does. Okay, it made it wiggle a little bit, but it still holds some droplets in. And so that is very important. But if I was blowing that hard, I blow it out. But when I was blowing that hard in the masks, I wasn't able to blow out that flame. So that's how face masks work. They keep all of that droplet. That's why they kind of feel a little hot and a little damp. But that's something that we all need to handle and be able to deal with so that we can be caring and kind to the other person. You wear your mask to help me not have anything that might be in your lungs. I wear my mask to help you not have anything that might be in my lungs. And that's how we're going to stay healthy and safe and still be able to learn and do really cool things as well. Now there's a right way and a wrong way to wear our face masks. The right way is to have a face mask that covers the nose and the cheeks and under the chin. And it keeps all of those droplets in like we were trying to talk about. And so when you put your face mask on, you want to make sure that you adjust it, fix it around your nose. Sometimes my breath will get up there and make my glasses a little foggy, but it's keeping that breath right there. Now, if I bring it down like this and only cover my mouth, where are the droplets going to come from? Will you be breathing through your nose or your mouth? And if you're doing that, your droplets are coming out, and they're not going to be, they're not, so when you do that, your droplets are coming out and they're not going to be contained. And so whatever's in my lungs when I have it down like this is going to come out to you. And when you're breathing in, you're going to breathe in through that nose. So if there's any droplets out there that have virus in it, it's going to come in. And so the easiest way to catch a cold, a virus, or something like that is what we breathe through our nose. And if we touch our eyes after we've touched something where those droplets had fallen, and then we touch it and then touch our eyes. That's the two quickest ways in order to have enough virus to make us not feel well. So make sure, especially on these kind, make sure that you keep your mask on your nose and next to your cheeks and under your chin. Now, I know that these masks get hot. It gets hot and damp in there. And I've been wearing them for a long time now, and I figured that out. So we're going to talk about what to do when you feel like you really need a breath of really cool, fresh air. The safest way is to have your mask on and to gently pull the bottom out while you breathe in. That'll give you one of those cool breaths. And it'll be really close to your body, so there probably won't be droplets, especially since we're doing our social distancing and everybody's wearing their mask and keeping it close to their bodies. So then that'll only be your air right there. Get a breath in, and then before you exhale, because we're worried about those droplets getting out to somebody else, before you exhale, drop it back on your chin again. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I pull it out, get a breath in, put it back, exhale out. Our next one is about how to drink with a face mask. Now you want a bottle that has some kind of covering over the part your mouth is going to go on, just in case there's some droplets out in the air that might fall on that drinking part. So you want to make sure when you're done getting a sip or a drink that you cover up that drinking with either a plastic bag, a cup. Somehow you're covering up the part you're drinking from so those droplets can't settle on it and bring a little bit of virus to you. Now, a little bit of virus is not going to hurt us. Our body usually can take care of it. It's when we get too much that our body can't handle it anymore, and then that's when we start to feel bad. So with mine, you can see that it has this top, and it pops up, and mine is a straw that I can suck out of. And I'm going to show you how to use the ones that have a straw that you can suck out of first. Okay, so I have my face mask on. If I have a straw type, I open it up, I lift my face mask out, take my sip, close up my water, and put my face mask back on. That's how we do our water with a straw. Now, if you have one of those water bottles, sorry, it's hard to get it off sometimes with glasses, that is the one that you have to tip up, then you would do this. You take one ear off, you make sure your water bottle is already ready, tip it up, cover up yours, and put your thing back on, and put your ear back on again. And that way, it keeps our droplets small, a small amount that's out into the air. We will be wearing our face masks for a long time throughout the whole day. And when we're wearing those face masks, sometimes they get hot and uncomfortable, and sometimes we feel like we just need a breath of good, fresh air. So I'm going to show you how to do that and still contain your droplets and making sure that they're not going out to other people. So when you're feeling really hot or you feel like you need a breath of fresh air, the way you can do that is to gently pull the mask out Take a breath in. That's air that's close to you and it's not been close to somebody else. Put it back before you breathe out again. So you pull it out, take a breath in, and then put it back before you breathe out. What that will do is keep your droplets close and keep everybody safe. It'll give your brain and your body a chance to feel like it got some good fresh air. It'll allow you to cool your face off a little bit. And then you can go back to doing your work and you'll be able to handle having that face mask on. And that will help out everyone if you'll do that when you're feeling like you need a break. Pull it out, take a breath in, put it back before you exhale. So a lot of what I teach is what we call social skills. Those are things that we do for other people and they do for us so that we can get along well. We can solve problems without getting super angry and be able to be around people most of the day. And so wearing our mask is a very important new social skill that we're doing this year. And I thank you for listening to all of these videos and for really seriously thinking about the science behind it and the importance of it. And together we will keep each other safe and happy and well. And so remember the social skill. I wear my face mask for you. You wear your face mask for me. And I thank you for wearing it for me.